as you just mentioned, that it is a very serious problem, and so I wonder what the government is trying to do to solve the problem. And how about the people? Are the people doing anything to either stop it or try to get used to it?
This is a very tricky thing in the sense that global warming and the consequent sea level rise, climate change, there is nothing much that a small country like the Maldives can really do to affect the global. But having said that, everyone's little bit of effort counts.
Right.
Everyone can do their own bit.
Yes.
So the government is doing everything they can to mitigate the effects of such consequences. At the same time, to contribute the little we can, I'm saying in terms of as a Maldivian citizen, to help to mitigate these problems. So first of all, to counter the effects of climate change and perhaps potential sea level rise, there are physical infrastructure development as well as awareness creating programs, and to educate the people, the public, to do things that are more environmental friendly.
Right.
For example, in the first instance, to protect the coast, in the capital island, we have built a sea wall which using tetrapods with Japanese aid, and that prevents the full force of the waves coming in. So even in the case of potential rise in the sea, if there are huge, larger waves, it can still protect the coast of the capital island. But then again, we have so many islands which are inhabited.
Right.
We have 200 inhabited islands. You can't afford to put coastal protection like that in each and every island, because it's a huge investment, and we don't have the economy of scale to warrant such protection in all the islands. So we have to take other measures. For example, when they are reclaiming new land, they are making sure that they are higher ground than existing islands. For example, there is a very large, in the Maldivian context, there are larger islands being built nearby to the capital city, and they are built to a higher than the existing islands. And apart from that, the government is ensuring that people are aware of this problem and to do every bit they can to mitigate the effects. Like, for example, not to take corals from the sea, not to dump things in the sea, you know, and even to the extent to use less plastic bags, you know, because these are also things that will eventually sometimes result in the sea and finally starving coral and so on in the Maldivian context. But in a global context also it is very important, because the less you use recycling and things like that, you reduce your carbon footprint. And Maldives is a country where we use a lot of, in fact, all the electricity until recently is generated by fossil fuel, oil. But now we've started introducing solar panels and so on, these renewable and wind turbines, and hopefully the government, with the help of the people, are trying to really change the use of fossil fuel into mostly renewable energy to reduce our carbon footprint as well. And at the same time, use these programs in schools as well to educate the children.
I remember I read it somewhere that the country seems to be trying to buy some land from other countries, or trying to move the people to some other countries. Is that going to happen?
Well, this is a story I've heard reported in the general media, but I haven't heard this from a concrete source, an authoritative source as yet. But I have certainly heard of other small countries which have attempted, or at least bought, or at least attempted to buy land. Well, if this eventual scenario does occur, then we don't have much choice. We will have to move if it does, but I hope that it doesn't happen.
Right, see. Okay.
Because if it does, even if, because of the geographical nature of the country, it has a lot of implications. First of all, the pride of a nation, let's say. You wouldn't want to move to another country because you lose your own individual pride and self-esteem and everything. Apart from that, there are geographical constants in the sense that if you lose, say, one island, you have Maldives. Apart from tourism, fishing is the next industry as such. So if you lose one island, you lose your exclusive economic zone, because exclusive economic zone is based on your coastline. And if you submerge one island, you lose the coastline, and in turn you lose your EEZ. So this is also something that's very potential in our case.
And is the country receiving any help, like financial help, from other countries?
Yes, they do, because even the tetrapods that I told you, which protect the capital island, was a Japanese aid. Yeah.
So they are doing this for free, the Japanese, or still?
I think, if my information is correct, but I can't be 100% sure, but most probably it is free, yes.
Right, okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So now your country is facing this problem, and then from your talk, we know that I guess this shouldn't be just one case. It probably is in general. So do you think this will be a general issue or just a specific case? And if it's a general issue, then what kind of suggestions would you like to give to the public?
Well, it is certainly not a specific case for the Maldives, because there are other small island nations as well. For example, take the case of Tuvalu as well, and many other small island states, in fact. And they will face similar problems, even if not to the scale of the Maldives, because of the Maldives' very, very low-lying condition. Yeah. But what they can also do is, I think, similar to what the Maldives is doing, to educate more of their people, to be aware of this problem, and to use practices that are friendly to the environment. Because so far, what we know from science is that human contributions to global warming is through carbon emissions mostly, either deforestation, which reduces the Earth's potential to absorb carbon, or produce more carbon by burning fossil fuel and such. So probably to reduce, to transfer more to renewable energy and such, and use. Everyone can do their own bit, like I said earlier. The less use of plastic bags, for example, and that's one way. And reuse, reduce. These are ways that you can actually help
the 3
reduce. Yeah, the 3 R's. Yeah. So that would be the best way. And as far as governments are concerned, you can see that even now it's the US and big countries like that are reluctant to reduce their carbon emission. So they should try to be more proactive in promoting ways to go to renewable energy, and also to continue educating their public on these issues, so that they'll be more aware and more concerned of what's happening to the others who are more vulnerable, even if they themselves are not as vulnerable as the others.
Okay. Thank you, Esma. Thank you for today. Really, I think I've learned a lot through your talk. And I guess Taiwan is an island too.
Yes.
Although it's a little bit bigger than your some small islands in Maldives, but still, I think we're going to face the same problem pretty soon. So just by listening to you, I guess we learned something. We need to do something right now.
Yeah, we definitely need to do something. And thank you for giving me this opportunity and making this little contribution, if at all anything.
Yeah. Thank you
all
very
right,
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
看完了这部分的专访，大家是否很有心得呢？到底个人可以为气候暖化做什么？根据台湾国家公园的建议，在10方面可以减少肉类摄取。在1方面，我们可以建立旧衣回收机制；住方面，使用节能或环保标章的产品。行方面，骑脚踏车，搭乘大众运输系统；育方面，参加社区节能减碳的活动；而乐方面，尽量采取大众运输形式的休闲。贡献小小的心力，可以造成大改变。